What's up, YouTube? We're at Ramseur Lake in Ramseur, North Carolina. They have a few kayaks you can rent, some john boats, or you can bring your own as long as it's in season. And we're just going to explore Ramseur Lake. It goes up into where Sandy Creek comes in, and we'll do a little fishing and see what happens. But we'll hit you up on some highlights of this little adventure. What's going on? We are, like I said, Ramseur Lake. It's dammed from, I guess, Sandy Creek, and we're now approaching Sandy Creek, which is up in there. And back behind us is the lake, what they call Ramseur Lake. So we've been exploring a little bit here. It's a pretty place, calm, no gasoline motors allowed, just electric trolling motors, john boats, that kind of thing, kayaks. So supposedly you can kayak up in Sandy Creek for a ways too. We're going to fish Sandy Creek, and we'll get back to the highlights. Just some more different explore, and it's not far from my home. So that's what Sandy Creek looks like in the distance. And I guess Ramseur Lake is used for some of the drinking water for Ramseur City. And then down below the lake, the dam, and then it flows into the deep river that runs through Franklinville and Ramseur. All right, we'll catch you as we make our way down Sandy Creek a little ways and see if we can't catch something. Just some more views of Sandy Creek. It's a calm, beautiful place. But yeah, there's been some big bass caught out of here. A 10-pounder. It's been posted on their Ramseur Lake page. So yeah, there's a lot of largemouth bass here. Crappie, and of course you got your bluegill and some catfish. But yeah, let us know if you've ever fished here and what you've caught. The bite's kind of not hitting too much today, but we're just here to explore a little bit anyway. So we'll catch you up if we get any more highlights. Smile, we're on camera. A floating camera. Interesting. There's two of these out here at Ramseur Lake in the middle. Floating cameras. What are they surveilling? Interesting. The bite was tough today fishing. There are big fish in here, bass and stuff, but caught one crappie, small one. And then there's the dam over there. But anyway, something different. We wanted to check it out, so now we've checked out and explored some on Lake Ramseur.
Brand new bridge they built over Sandy Creek.
High humidity.
Pretty cool.
And remember, guys, we were on that Ramseur Lake. It dams Sandy Creek and forms Ramseur Lake, but this is the section that comes off the dam from Ramseur Lake through here. And like you said, this bridge here, this concrete pedestrian bridge, hasn't been open too long, since late last year, 2024. And it connects the Franklinville to Ramseur section of the Deep River Rail Trail. And we're gonna walk it a little further and see if we can't find those fish weirs where the Indians or the ancient people would make with rocks these fish traps. And there's evidence of that here, actually, heading from Ramseur on the trail into Franklinville. The future plans is to have another bridge that goes over another creek. They're gonna make a pedestrian bridge. They're already working on that, so that the two parts of, I believe, Ramseur section of this trail is kind of cut in half by that creek, so they're going to merge those. So we'll have a trail that goes all the way from Franklinville and connect all of Ramseur of this rail trail. There used to be a railroad that ran through here. So we're gonna hike on up, walk this, and see if we can't find those fish weirs. So yeah, if you guys walk the rail trail here in Franklinville or Ramseur, you know, it's like 1.7. The Franklinville section is like 1.7 one way. So when you walk it there and back, it's about 3 miles. But now you can go into Ramseur, so it adds a little mileage to it. So if you were to bike it or walk it, hike it, whatever, you can get about 5 miles in now, you know, round trip. So that's pretty cool. And then right down here, I think we have found the fish weirs. Now in Franklinville, they got the Franklin, I think it's called Franklinville Manufacturing Company. That was the first corporation that opened and operated as a corporation in Randolph County in the 1800s, or it might have been older than that, I don't remember. And then Cedar Falls, we have a video on our channel for Cedar Falls, check that out. Cedar Falls is heading out toward, going out toward Randleman from here, I believe, and then Cedar Falls is there, and that's where you had their mill. The cotton mill was run there, the first mill in Randolph County. And the railroad ran through here to Cedar Falls, into Ashboro, and of course now it's a beautiful trail right here. Oh yeah.
Sort of see him today.
So the V's in some of the rivers, like the Mayo River has them, the Deep River's got them. This is the Deep River. Sandy Creek flows into the Deep River, and there's a V marking. You can see it. The river's up a tad, but there's these V markings back here, and that is where these rock piles are still here today, that are these ancient fish traps that were used to trap the fish in these V-shaped patterns for the rock. So hopefully you guys can see it, but it is here. I don't know if you can see it or not. The V patterns. Also, the big, massive ones are located at Raven Rock State Park on the Cape Fear River. But when we went there, we have a video on Raven Rock as well, State Park. The water was way up and you could not see those fish traps. But when it's down, especially summertime, we'll try to get back out there. But there's some very big fish traps out there. But I'll stand up higher. You might can see the V pattern. Somewhere out, kind of goes down in there. And then another one's kind of off to the side, it runs up and then back down like that. But when you're here in person, you can see the rocks that are piled up on the bottom after all these storms are still there. But anyway, we wanted to highlight that. Now we're going to head back to our car and actually drive down to the Franklinville section where we can get the footbridge that goes across, the pedestrian bridge, Faith Rock, and this old abandoned mill back out that way. Franklinville section of the river park. We just got the drone up to get some views. The Franklinville Manufacturing Company, I think is what it's called. There's a structure. And then the Deep River just runs on the other side of it. Things loaded of bluegill. And then largemouth bass are in, of course, too. Catfish, carp. But check this other side out. Old fire hydrant. I'll be able to see that good. And there's something at the very top, like a door that opens up way up there. I think this is the old pump house. High humidity. What do you think of this place? We'll walk through something.
Pretty cool.
Electrical panel, box, something. But there's those silos. There's a stack of them right here too. Ah, wow. What in the world you see, buddy?
Not a lot.
Whoa, yoo-hoo! Look at that thing. Good grief. So yeah, guys, it's a massive like silo structures out here. I don't know what all that is. It's underneath them. Not sure how good this is going to turn on the camera, but we'll try it. It's about as far as I'm gonna go. Look, there's an old ladder that went up.
Yeah.
The old stepping ladder that goes all the way up. But yeah, this is a massive facility. But it's pretty grown up back here. But anyway, that gives you an idea of this manufacturing plant back up in here near the river, Dan River. The railroad track came through here, and Franklinville Manufacturing Company. I guess it's on the historic listings, and wow, these are things massive in person. Anyway, I hope that gives you an idea. We're going to cut it off here and hike back out because it's grown up. But yeah, let us know what you think of this place. We'll try to get some front views if we can get into the parking lot. The Andrew Hunter Bridge. It's a pedestrian footbridge out here. There's an old story from the Revolutionary War days that Faith Rock's on the other side of this bridge. It's less than a mile hike, and then a guy with his horse jumped off Faith Rock into the river to escape being captured back during the Revolutionary War days. 1781. Andrew Hunter escaping David Manning. His horse was named Red Doe. He rode it down the rock into the river and escaped and was never caught, supposedly. Interesting. But anyway. We're about in the middle of this bridge.
Yep, pretty cool.
So the marker was put up in 1928, what we found out, and then that late 1700s is when that story took place. The man rode his horse off Faith Rock down that way and jumped into the river. There you have it, proof of the mileage. It's 3/4 of a mile loop trail to Faith Rock. But interesting local story. You can combine that with your adventure on the rail trail if you wanted to. But there's the old trail marker. All right, so we'll try and include a picture with this video, but there's some species of fish that live in the deep river. And we caught one time. It was called a Carolina red horse per Google, and I wasn't for sure, but it's on the sign. It's one of the species. So what's some species on that sign say?
What? Carolina red horse?
Yep.
Yep. Fear shiner. Yep. Santa something clubtail. I don't know.
Right there. Carolina red horse, Cape Fear shiner. But anyway, we learned about that. But we did catch one. They're a sucker fish. The Carolina red horse is endangered, and I'll be dang, it sure was one. And we caught it at the in the deep river in Randolph by accident, honestly. But of course we let it go. But there was a bunch of them breeding, I think, in early spring this year, because they were in this shallow area breeding, a bunch of them, and we had accidentally caught one when fishing. But anyway, cool thing. But check this out here. It kind of levels out. It's a wall, rock wall. So if y'all know what that rock wall is out here, right here on the trail, let us know. Interesting. We're on top of Faith Rock, so
yep.
Legend is 1700s, late 1700s, Ramseur war dates. He came down here and jumped off to the river. Oh, good God. And I about fell down the rock. It's a little slick. We've had rain almost every day in the last week, and high humidity. But that is what you're looking at. Stay right there a second. I'm gonna get a picture of you up there. I'm gonna climb down a little bit. That's a pretty cool view off Faith Rock, but he's up there. They claim it's about a 50-foot rock at a 60-degree angle that he would have jumped off of into the river. And I don't know, it might have been deeper back then, but it's real shallow now. But there were no dams. It's before the mill dams and all that. So, but yeah, if y'all ever out this way, the Faith Rock trail is pretty cool to see. Rock. That was another rock outcropping. This is now Faith Rock above it.
That for the course.
Late 1700s when the guy come out here and took off with his horse and jumped into the river. But yes, we're on Faith Rock now officially. Woo! All right, guys. It's way humid. Very humid in June in North Carolina, Central North Carolina. There you go, folks. Base of the sign talks about Faith Rock. You can Google it yourself. But I'll read you the while taking a wagon of produce to trade for salt at the PD River, May 2nd, 1782, a local resident, Andrew Hunter, was captured by notorious Tory guerrilla leader David Fanning. Facing immediate execution, Hunter made a desperate escape by leaping upon Fanning's beloved mare, Baby Doe. Despite being hit with gunfire, Hunter successfully escaped on the stolen mare named Baby Doe. Fanning's guerrilla band was forced to abandon their efforts to retrieve Baby Doe to join the British evacuation of Charleston, South Carolina. Fanning risked a final return to Randolph County, September 5th of 1782, solely in an attempt to recover his mare. As the story goes, Andrew Hunter was riding Baby Doe, or excuse me, Bay Doe. It's Bay Doe, B-A-Y, then Doe. He was riding it on the south side of Deep River. Cornered by Fanning and his men, surely facing death if captured, Andrew Hunter turned and rode the horse down the 50-foot rock into the river below. The leap of faith is what he took. This leap of faith stopped Fanning and his men in amazement, and Andrew Hunter had managed to escape Fanning twice, and Fanning would leave the country later that month, getting neither his horse nor revenge. So that's the story of David Fanning in pursuit of Andrew Hunter. And then your footbridge that we showed y'all is called it's named after Mr. Hunter. Interesting, the Andrew Hunter footbridge. So I mean, interesting story. It's amazing what you can find all near your house. And that's the trail that comes down into the Faith Rock. But yeah, guys, hit us a like. You can help our channel by just doing simple things like share it, comment, subscribe. You know, we just do things for fun and to bring some adventure into people's lives. Not everybody can get out, so people who can't get out and see this stuff can look at the videos, or maybe it gives you some ideas on some places to come. And it can be a quick half-day trip, a couple hours, whatnot. But we're going to try to get some drone footage of this one as well. So what do you think of Faith Rock in your opinion?
It's pretty cool. I like it.
Do you believe the story?
I guess it could have jumped off, yeah. Possible.
50 foot, and it's at a 60-degree angle as it goes down. The other outcrop that we had documented before this one, it's a rock outcrop, but it's not as big as Faith Rock. This one's wider and much bigger. I mean, it's huge. We're going to include some drone footage of both, but I'm slowly working my way down to get a downward shot to try to get a idea how big it is, but I don't want to fall and bust my butt. The Piedmont Land Conservancy, whatnot. I can't talk, I'm so hot. But anyway, they had helped preserve this area. Go to their website too. There's some preserves and hiking trails that they manage as well. I've hiked almost all of their stuff. Piedmont Land Conservancy. Okay, I'm almost off to the bottom. I just don't want to fall. Oh, because I'm just too old to fall. There. I am really close to the river now. So, high humidity. Beautiful place. Look at that massive rock. Hopefully that gives you an idea how big this thing is. All right, we'll hit you up on the next adventure. Catch you later. Thanks for watching.